Hey everyone, so today we're going to be continuing Chapter 2 Percentage of College Panda SAT Math. So let's get started. Question 7. The discount price of a book is 20% less than the retail price. James manages to purchase the book at 30% off the discount price at a special book sale. What percent of the retail price did James pay? So the retail price is our original price and he is getting a discount of 20% on that. So if you're getting 20% off, he is paying 80% of the retail price. So first we start with that. That's called the retail price X. So he's getting 20% off and he's paying 80% of the original price. And then he's getting 30% further off on the discount price. So he is going to be paying 70% of this price because he's getting 30% off. So now if you do 0.7 times 0.8, we get 0.56x, 56% of the retail price. That is the amount he's paying. Question 8. Each day, Robert eats 40% of the pistachios left in his jar at that time. At the end of the second day, 27 pistachios remain. How many pistachios were in the jar at the start of the first day? So, this is similar to a compound interest question. Let's call the pistachios in the first day X. And at the end of the second day, we've got 27 pistachios remaining. So if Robert ate 40% of the pistachios and on the first day, he will have 60% left. And then on the second day, he is eating 40% more of that remaining 60%. So he will have 60% of that 60% left. So we will do 60% times 60%, which is 0.6 times 0.6. which is 0.36. Now, let's just put that to the side. If 27 pistachios is 0.36 or 36%, whatever you want to call it, one whole would be X number of pistachios. And then we cross multiply and we get 27 times 1 equals 0.36x. So 27 divided by 0.36 equals to X. And X equals to 75. So A would be our answer here. And if you want, you can recheck this by doing 60% of 75 and then 60% of whatever your answer is there. And you should get 27 pistachios remaining. Moving on, question 9. Joanne bought a doll at a 10% discount off the original price of $105.82. However, she had to pay a sales tax of X% on the discounted price. If the total amount she paid for the doll was $100, what is the value of X? Now, how do we approach a question like this? We're going to take this step by step and not get confused by the information we've been given. First, we've been told that she's getting 10% off, okay? So she's going to be paying 90% of this price. Let's find what that is. So 0.9 times 105.82 gives you 95.24%. Dollars. Now, she is paying X% sales tax on this, and your answer would be $100. So how will we set up this equation? We will do X% of 95.238 plus 95.238 equals to $100. Okay. Now, do you understand why we're doing this? Because we can't just do X% of 95.238 equals to $100 because the total $100 is composed of the sales tax and this bill, like her actual bill. Like when you get a bill at a restaurant, your total amount due is your tax and your actual food bill, right? It's the bill. So putting that in the calculator, we get X upon 100 times 95.238 equals 100 minus 95.238, and that would be 4.762. Now, if we do X equals 4.762 times 100 divided by 95.24, we will get 5. So our sales tax is 5%. And again, if you want, you can manually go and check this and see if you apply these taxes and discounts on this price, you should end up with $100. That's how you can check. Now, question 10. The number of dishes served by a restaurant during dinner was 17.5% greater than the number of dishes served during lunch. If the restaurant served 940 dishes during dinner, how many more dishes did the restaurant serve during dinner than during lunch? So, how do we approach this? Over here in such a question, we usually use a cross ratio method. So, if dinner is, So if lunch is 100%, dinner was 17.5% greater. So, dinner would be 117.5%. Now, we have the number of dishes for dinner and we can find the number of dishes for lunch. So, we will have a percentage column and a dishes column. So, for dinner, we have 117.5% and 940 dishes. And then for lunch, we have 100% and X dishes, which we want to find out. So, removing the percentage sign, I would get 1.175x equals 940 times 1. Because 100% basically is 1. So we do 940 divided by 1.175 and we get x is equals to 800. So at lunch, 800 dishes were served and they want to know how many more dishes were served between lunch and dinner. So we will do 940 minus 800, which is 140 dishes. Pretty straightforward. Moving on. Question 11. In 2010, the number of houses built in town A was 25% greater than the number of houses built in town B. If 70 houses were built in town A during 2010, how many were built in town B? So let's create an equation. Town A equals 1.25 times town B because it's 25% greater. So 100 plus 25, which will be 125%. Getting rid of the percentage sign, you divide by 100 and 1.25, in case anyone didn't know how I got the 1.25. So obviously there are more other methods to do this, but the simplest one would be to right now plug in 70 instead of A. So 70 equals 1.25B. And then we do 70 divided by 1.25 equals to B. And we can get our answer, which is 56 houses. Also pretty simple. Moving on. Question 12. Over a 2-week span, John ate 20 pounds of chicken wings and 15 pounds of hot dogs. Wow, okay, John. Kyle ate 20% more chicken wings and 40% more hot dogs. Considering only chicken wings and hot dogs, Kyle ate approximately X% more food by weight than John. What is X? Round to the nearest percent. Okay, so let's again approach this step by step. Keep it simple for ourselves. Kyle ate 20% more chicken wings. So 20% more would be 120%, which is 1.2. So that is 1.2 times 20 because John ate 20. And we can find that Kyle ate 24 chicken wings and 40% more hot dogs. So that would be 1.4 times 15, which comes out to be 21 hot dogs. Very hungry people here. Now, if we add it for John, we have 20 plus 15, which is 35 pounds because we are measuring by weight. And Kyle would have 24 plus 21, which is 45 pounds of food. Now, if they want us to find the percentage more eaten by Kyle, we will do difference over original. So that will be 45 minus 35 divided by original is always the less one. And we're comparing with John right now here. So we will take John's weight in the denominator. So that difference over original times 100 to convert it into percentage, that's 10 divided by 35 times 100, giving us 28.57%. Rounded to the nearest percent, this is 29. This was tricky because all the options were pretty similar to each other, so be very sure of what it's asking, rounding or not. And that concludes this page. Check out the next video for the next page. And again, if there's any questions and there's any question that you don't understand and you want me to go over again, just leave it in the comments below and I'll definitely look at it.